Hello, hey guys, get close. I can show you the beautiful backdrop here. So we are currently at the Bhavani Sagar Dam viewpoint, and I've come here using the Duke 390 Adventure. So it has been a while since I always want to get my hands on this, and thanks to Jagadish, I managed to get this bike for a ride over the weekend. And this is quite a heavily accessorized bike, which I thought let me talk about, because I do have a lot of friends who ride the 390 Adventure, as well as uh, a lot of people use this as a touring machine, and there are some touring friendly accessories that are on this, and which is available at his store, Lakshmi Bike Service. So I'll just do a quick walk around on this. I'll give you my review about the bike later, but let's just do a quick walk around of what's actually accessorized on this bike. Let's actually start from the front. As you can see, the first thing that's visible is the fender, which is changed. The stock one does not have this fender, so this one is an aftermarket one that's been fixed. And at the bottom here, if you look at it, are the fork protectors, so to ensure that whenever you have a fall, the fork isn't damaged. So this is on here. And the next very visible thing is your crash guards and these aux lights. So the crash guard that you see is not stock. This is from Ssmoto, and there are quite a few things on this. It's quite strong and blends pretty well. So there are aux lights here, and also another water bottle holder. Now, first one, the aux lights. So there are two sets. The first one that you're looking at on top is from Rigid. So this is a Spot, and the bottom one is Mad Dog Alpha. So this, I think, is either a 40 watt or a 50 watt unit. So this is again, this is about, I think, 8 to 9,000 rupees. And the Rigids, they're expensive. I'm not sure how much they are. And the next on top when you go is the ever popular BarkBusters. So the stock one that's on the 390 Adventure is plastic. And what happens is, with an adventure bike, you tend to take falls, and with that, the possibility of handlebars getting damaged or bent is there. So you can get rid of the plastic one and put this aluminum ones. So these are taken as the kind of gold standards for most off-road bikers. So this will somewhere be in the range of about, I think, 8 to 12,000 rupees based on what you want. Because so these plastic ones, whatever are there, you get different colors as well as different models on this. So that is again the range, like I told you. Now the other part, if you just come, okay, I just missed this. So this is from Prospec. So this is a water bottle holder that's again put onto the crash guard. And what you see here, this part is also acts as mounts, where if not the water bottle holder here, you can remove it and put a Gopro mount. So for your action shots, turn this around and you get this view here in the front, as well as you can look at the suspension play over your off-road. Now let's get on to the handlebar as well as the headlights stay first. So it's a little crowded, where the first thing that you can see is there is a carbon racing phone mount which is there, on top of which is the RAM mount and a RAM stem and the phone holder. Now it's I mean, the view here quite good. You can actually look at the display, multifunction display, as well as the phone, no obstructions there. And moving on to the handlebar itself, the handlebar is stock, no changes to that. But there is the rocks risers, not rocks, sorry. So these are from Carbon Racing itself. Said rocks because I use them on my Tiger, familiarity. Now after that, on the handlebar we can see this unit. So this is a FuelX controller. As you might be aware, that 390 or the 390 Adventure has a lot of vibrations, and there's a lot of fueling issues that people have complained that the low end is not there. So this add-on tries to improve the fueling or the whole range, and which ideally leads to better throttle response, less jerkiness. So this again is available at Jagadish, so you can actually pick this up. The cost of this I don't know, 10-12,000 maybe. And these are the Mad Dog switches which are there on either sides of the mirrors for your turning on and turning off. And this also comes with a flashing ability. Just a slight tap like your high beam in a car. And as you can see, the mirrors look different. So these mirrors are from Husqvarna. The visibility is quite okay, not bad. I mean, it takes kind of getting used to it because generally all modern bikes, it's different. But I mean, this is always for you to change. Very simple mod. Now let's get to the center part of the bike, which has been one of the key points where a lot of people talk about is the suspension on the bike. The stock suspension of the 390 Adventure has had a lot of complaints from people, and so what Jagadish has done here is he has created a custom ADV suspension which is a lot softer, and even on 2-up, which works really well. So on the tar road as well as off-road, right? So the setup works really well. This costs about, I think, about 15,000 rupees or so. But initially, yes, as I say, 15, it may seem a little expensive, but you have to ride the stock and this back to back to know what its advantages are. I think I do have my other friends who have made videos of this. I'll put a link up to them. You can have a look at that. And the other change is, since it's an off-road bike, right? This foot pegs. These foot pegs are from Motourenn, and these are wider aluminum foot pegs which bend here. So if you just have a look at my boots, right? If the same thing was to sit on a stock one, it will, but it's a little difficult. So these wider ones are kind of inspired from pivot pegs, and I think you get a rubber also that can be put here to reduce vibrations, which I think comes on stock also. And also the next one here is the brake lever extender. So this is from Prospec. So if you're not used to the very thin lever, a lot of people have heard them have complaints. So this should fix that. And the cost of these are on the website. You can get that. I mean, I don't have every single cost part. So let's go to the rear part, which is, as you can see, is the Pannier Mounts. These are from Zana, both the sides, and a stabilizer bar, which is quite good. And on the box, you can see the top box. So now a lot of people go touring. Previously too they did, but everybody just had a bungee cord. But now with the utility that it gives, a top box aluminum one, and the ones from Triumph are about 50 to 60k, whereas this one from Hexa GT has the features of the best from all of the brands, be it from SW Motec or from Triumph. And I'll give you a surprise. Have a look at this. Once I open, right, what's impressed me most is this bag. So this particular bag, I mean, I'm here on a 3-day ride. If you can look at this, so it's a 46-liter box. So carry your clothes in this bag, put it in, hop off, and just take this. You don't need to take the box all the time. So they bundle this bag along with the box and give it. And also utility wise, there is a net here where you can keep in any of the finer details like your documents or whatever you want. Basically it's utility space. Like you can see my socks here, one sock. And the closing mechanism or removal is quite easy, so no difficulties there. And on the base plate, so the box also comes with the mounting plate, so it's not just this. So together I think is about 27,000 rupees. This also is available at Jagadish Lakshmi bike service. Now if we move over to the side, this is the other part of your pannier stay, which is the same. I'll leave that for now. At on the left side, if you can see, the first thing is Scottoiler. So we have the Scottoiler system on the bike which has been added here. That is, when you are on a long distance ride, general chain lubing is about 400 to 600 kilometers. So you have to put a main stand or a paddock or whatever and lube. So this is an automatic chain oiling system where you put in the oil given by them, and there is a flow rate that you can adjust. from minimum to maximum, that is a drop every 5 minutes, 2 minutes, or whatever it is. And then it'll ensure that your chain is well lubed throughout. The other accessory on the chain oil I'm talking about is this one guard here, which is there, which is a metal or an aluminum guard. Not aluminum, it's a steel one, I think. And this part, foot pegs are the same. Yeah. So there's also another guard here, which is for the coolant reservoir. So that is in place. And the stand. So on adventure, right, whenever you generally go out, so you see that the surfaces are not even and the given base might not be enough all the time. So this is a base extender either from Hepco Becker or from SW Motec. It's quite dirty there, so I'm not really aware of the brand. And then we move to the front here. What else? No, that's the same. So yes, now what I mean, the whole idea about explaining this is whenever somebody gets this bike, right, so a lot of guys go to different places to pick one accessory up. And let me actually show the view at least. You pick up the accessories from a lot of places. So what I want to convey here is that you can get all of these in one place itself, and he will also do the fitting. So you can actually get it into the garage, get all of these or whatever you want as per your choice and need. Fix it. I mean, and also I think this bike will be around there if you want to have a see or have a feel of what it is, which should help you make your decision. Because when you are investing on a good amount on something, a lot of people definitely want to have the touch and feel of it. So this is something which is good. So I mean, I've had a good time riding this over the last 2-3 days. I'll give you my review in a separate video on that. But from an accessories point of view for this little big bike, here you go. Chalo guys, thank you so much, and over and out.